action as the new Trevians green take on the Loyola Academy Ramblers gold team in the big game, the first of the big games this year between the two teams. Actually, it's the second of the games. The Trevians won the first one back in October, but I'm not even going to count that one. That was before everybody got out here for the holiday. Todd Lindley and Brian Ernest are the two linesmen. John Rizlowski to do the honors as the referee this evening. Glad to have you with us down the network line. Hockey action here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network, and we're just about set for the opening faceoff. The Trevians in first place, 3 points up on the Loyola Ramblers in second place, but the Ramblers have a game in hand. The draw controlled by the Trevians near side. Scala tried to get into the zone. Charlie Miller bothered Scala. Now brought into the zone, picked up by the Ramblers. They come back the other way. Charlie Miller got past Peter Cecil, got the shot away. Rebound to the near side, to the far side. The shot by Joey Chula, and the save by C.J. Heitman in Golden Knight for the New Trevians. The Trevians on the verge of taking a commanding lead early on in the year for first place. There's a shot and a goal! Connor Long from the point blasts it home, and just that quick, it's 1-0 in favor of the Loyola Ramblers. Connor Long with the blast from the point that found the high corner. Right off the face-off. And Loyola Ramblers take an early 1-0 lead. Now the face-off is brought over here to the near side, flipped into the zone by Keelan, now picked up and wrapped around to the near side by Kevin Oldenburg. The long shot by Andy Patience, and the save through the sticky wickets. Out to center ice, brought into the zone. Dudek and Schragle with that one. Now picked up and brought to the near side by Andy Patience. Law of the large crowd here. A lot of the play probably going to be here on this near side behind all the New Trier contingent. Back behind the goal line. Taken by Dudek. Dudek. And we have a penalty coming up early for interference. Johnny Brown, a minor for interference. Brown, a minor for interference. So the Trevians will have the man advantage. The face-off will remain inside the Loyola end of things here. I noticed just about the entire New Trier basketball team here tonight. Connor Long wraps it over to the far side boards, deep into the corner, and they'll push it along there. Matt O'Connor tried to spin it free, picked up by the Trevians. Knocked down, turn around, no! Charlie Lutz couldn't get away, held in the zone by Daverman. Picked up by Peter Cecil. Cecil right through the slot, brought here to the near side. Again out high, and Peter Cecil not in position. The puck squirts out to center. Near side, Daverman. Now put deep into the zone. Dodge Daverman. Brings it straight out. Daverman put it to the near side. And into the zone off the legs of John Wilson. On that near side. Set up to the point. Dodge Daverman. Put it back behind the goal line. Trevians have it. Now the big cranker by Scala. That ran into sticky wickets out front. Bobby Scala has it again. Scala put it to the near side. Back out high. Back over here to the near side. The big cranker and the save on the blast from John Wilson. We're about set for the line change completion here, and we'll have the face-off. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you down the network line. Jeff Parker to the far side. Here's the shot and a goal! I'm not sure who deflected that in. Might have been Bobby Scala. The goal. And we have a penalty coming up as well on Matt Schragle. And I think he may even have an exclusion on that. Game ejection. That is the case. Matt Schragle has a game ejection, and he is done for the evening on a check from behind. In this case, the rule states anybody hitting somebody from behind into the boards or into the stanchions. In this case, the goal stanchions, it's a major for check from behind. Peter Cecil puts it to the near side. Jeff Parker up ahead. Here come the Trevians into the zone. Lutz, he's bothered by O'Connor. Now Oldenburg. And Lutz pops it to the near side. Dodge Zaverman in there to help. So is Joey Chula. And they push it along in the corner. Out to the point, and now cleared by the Ramblers. 5-minute major. Picked up by Jeff Parker. Trevians will have a man advantage even if they score here. You lose a puck onto the netting back behind the Loyola goal. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you. And they face off. Sits over there now, put to the corner, out to the point, held in the zone. Parker with the long shot, the save. To the near side, and the Ramblers clear it again. Back behind the goal line there, Johnny Brown. Now picked up and back the other way comes Nucher. We got a penalty coming up behind the play. Hooking, I believe, on Jeff Parker. I believe so. And that negates the Parker for hooking. Now the face-off is brought out and cleared. Here's Morgan, shot, save, rebound. Picked up and back the other way come the Loyola Ramblers. Miller into the zone. Charlie Miller tried to split the defense. It couldn't do so. Goes to the corner heavy. And they're still mugging each other down there. Charlie likes to mix it up a little bit on occasion. Back the other way come the Trevians. Some end-to-end here. Chris Ho, the defenseman, back behind the goal. Now in the corner, Keelan looking for an opening. And swatted and cleared out of there. And a whistle. I don't know. Oh, that's right. They're equal on the ice following that minor penalty. So that's icing against the Ramblers. .9:34 to play in the period. 3:02 left on the major and 1:14 left on the minor. One on each side. Back and brought to the near side. The long shot to save, the rebound, and another save by Hines back behind the goal line. Put on that far side. Oldenburg cleared out to center ice. Cecil. Chris Michael bothers the Trevian. And now cleared into the zone by Neutraire. It's Dudek. Had his pocket pick right in front. The shot and the save. Dodge Daberman got that one away. Oldenburg to the far side. Michael couldn't backhand it out of the zone to the high slot. Cecil walks in, takes the shot. The save by Hines. I do believe that's holding. There's a shot and a save. Now, a shot by Wilson. That didn't quite work. Now, Daberman, now the whistle on the stoppage of play, the minor for holding. That one's a little bit obvious. Kevin Oldenburg, a minor for holding. The judges would award 2 points for that grab and hold. So in 4 seconds, the Ramblers will be down 2 men. 8:23 to play here in the first period. Some of this stuff that we're seeing out here, I think, is a bit of over-enthusiasm on the part of the players, playing before this large crowd of better than 1,000. Here in Winnetka. At the face-off circle, Daberman cleared out to center ice, and O'Connor tried to strong-arm his way into the zone, couldn't get there, and the Trevians hustle it right back. Peter Cecil. Cecil into the zone, takes the shot it wide. Heavy check by Scala. That could be interference. They did not call it. On the near side, Daberman gets bounced off the puck. In comes Peter Cecil. He gets in, shot, save. Off the side of the net, Trevians with a 2-man advantage now. And that will be negated by a penalty on Bobby Scala. Back behind the play. Bobby Scala negates a 2-man advantage, and that is just out and out a dumb penalty to take. Scala, a minor for charging, back behind the play, and that is a dumb play to do when you got a 2-man advantage. Shot and the save, and the net dislodged. Back to the near side. There's the shot, the save. Out to the point now, picked up. There's another shot, just a little wide. And cleared. The big blaster in the save, the rebound, and knocked down. Battle with a high stick by the Ramblers. And the faceoff will stay inside the Loyola end. Now the faceoff is cleared. New-Trier brings it back up the ice. Into the zone. Keelan centers it. A little behind Andrew Patience. Now the backhand shot and the nice save by Hines. On the near side, out to the point, cleared out to center ice. Back the other way, here comes Skoglund. Skoglund tried to split the defense, tried to center it off the side of the net over to that far side. And cleared to center ice. Here's Matt O'Connor. Matt O'Connor tries to go around everybody. Ran out of room. Now to his backhand, he's got it in the corner with nowhere to go with it. Finally brought out to the point. I don't think that was, I think that was Skoglund that actually put it out to the point, not O'Connor. Over on that far side, again out at the point, O'Connor puts it deep. Picked up by Joey Chula. Chula back out, intended for O'Connor, and that was broken up. And the Trevians clear tried to find a little sneaky backdoor pass that didn't quite work and flipped deep into the New-Trier end. Heitman got caught again, out of position. CJ's got to stay in that net. That's what you got defensemen for. Don't get fancy. Cecil. Connor Long to the far side on the breakout. Up ahead for Charlie Miller. Miller into the zone. Miller centers it right through everything, and it ended up dribbling towards goal. C.J. Heitman lunges out and grabs it and holds on. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. We'll be back with more in just a moment, right after these messages. C.J. Heitman, the goalie for New-Trier, is fine, and we're set to go again. Offside at the face-off. Walter Jacobson unable to face it off properly, among others. And now the Trevians clear it out to center ice. Tried for the lead-out pass, and that didn't quite work. Chris Michael tried to get it out, got it out to center ice, and dribbles back into the Trevians' end. That's where Peter Cecil knocks it off the glass, out to center ice, and here's Matt Brash the other way. A lot of end-to-end action here, but going back and forth across the blue lines, but not much happening offensive-wise. 1-1, the score on the near side boards. Now back behind the goal line again, brought to the near side. Cecil trying to strong-arm it deep, did so. Matt Brash, and he gets bumped off. Trevian still control. Now they'll attempt to freeze it, which they're not allowed to do in the corner. And it pops free again. Mike Scala, now Kevin Morgan. Merkel. Ho. Scala strong arms his way into the zone. Out and cleared. O'Connor tried to split the defense, and he got knocked down. Now Scala and O'Connor involved in a little push and shove. They're not really fighting. They're just kind of dancing around. I think Scala's glove is caught on O'Connor's helmet. Down they go as they try to untangle each other. They're still pushing and shoving, but I think that's merely because the glove is still on the helmet. Now they separate. And much to the delight of the overflow crowd here tonight, a little altercation. So the Loyola fans, I want to take this time right now and congratulate the Loyola fans. They have been, this year, they have been super. I mean, they really have done a great job at cheering their team and not getting rowdy, not being out of control. Close the hand on the puck. So they will call that a hand pass on the part of the Trevians, and the whistle stops the play. But the Loyola fans, you know, over the years, I have made comments about Loyola fans, and the only problem I really have is some of their cheers that they used to do and throwing debris on the ice. And this year, the Loyola fans have really gotten their act together. They themselves have decided what is, you know, after a lengthy discussions within the school, but they have decided what is acceptable and what is not. And they are monitoring themselves, and they have really done a great job. On the other hand, the New Trier problem is that New Trier has done just the opposite. They have gotten themselves in an unfavorable light as hockey fans. Put over on that far side. Morgan tried to keep it in the zone. Now stolen away. Parker Millard put it in to the Loyola end of things. Back behind the goal, taken by Oldenburg. Now up ahead. The long shot, the save, and held on with a couple of Ramblers skating by. Matt Wesley and Frank Harrison and crew. Joey Chula now on. 1-1 tie. The triple minors to Bobby Scala and Matt O'Connor. I believe for Scala, that's his, at least his fourth, possibly his fifth. A little punch thrown on the end as the puck went in the corner. Back behind the goal, Mitch Dudek and Kevin Morgan collide. Now Chula on the standing breakout near side. Here's Miller. Miller into the zone, takes the blaster, grabbed and held on. Or grabbed and touched, at least, by C.J. Heitman. And I think it went up onto the netting. A lengthy first period tonight. Part of that playing to a big crowd. And quite frankly, a lot of whistles in this period. Joey Chula. Chula takes the shot. That went wide. Charlie Miller. Now Brody Lemaire puts it over here to the near side. Ho. And finally squirted out to center ice. Back behind the goal line. Ramblers tried to break it out. Actually, I may have just been trying to shoot it out of the zone. Johnny Brown falls down on the puck and then passed it over to the corner. Chula. Adam Miller. Charlie Miller. He got bumped off. Crosses the red line. Now picked up by Charlie Lutz. Lutz, Keelan, Dudek. Boy, the quality of play. What's going on out there at times? Just unbelievable. Here's Chris Miller across the red line. Now Keelan with the shot and the save. Yanked out of the air by Hines. Not much play set up this year. Seems to be get it in the zone and wish and hope and pray. And get that initial shot away and hope it goes towards the goal. And then when that's done, just turn around and release from the zone and go back and wait for the other team to have their opportunity. Now the face-off. Strong-armed into the slot. Mike Sculla tried to turn it over to get a better shot and lost the handle. And now they push it along on the corner. Cleared back out to center ice. Ho, back to Peter Cecil. Cecil crossed the red line. The pass missed connections, delay offside. And the whistle blows, stopping the play. Now we're set again for the face-off. Mike Scala and Frank Harrison, the centers, to do the honor, and Scala won the draw. Cecil put it into the zone, knocked down by the Rambler defense, out to the red line, and now flipped into the zone where C.J. Heitman has it, and he'll just kind of hold on as the Ramblers were pinching in. Next week, basketball doubleheader, Niles West and Lake Forest. That's next week. And then we'll get back to our usual doubleheader on the network. In the corner. Back behind the goal line, picked up by the Trevians. Dodge Daverman as the horn sounds into the period. At the end of the first period of play, we're tied at 1. We'll be back with more hockey action in just a moment here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Then spectacular first period. We're underway now with the second. New Trier Trevians and the Loyola Ramblers. The green-gold game. Trevians clear it out to center ice. That was intended for Eddie Park. That didn't quite work. Flipped into the zone. And taken there by Ho. Ho puts it to the far side. And cleared out to center ice. Matt Wesley backhands it ahead. The pass missed connections. Now picked up by the Trevians. And they set it up. Chris Ho. A lot of action between the blue lines. Park tried to center it, did so, right through, over to the far side, and taken there by Dan Skoglund. Skoglund across the red line, a blue line, that looked like it was offside. It was. Offside against the Ramblers. And the whistle stops play. Going into tonight's action, the Trevians with a 3-point lead on the Ramblers and the Glenbrook South Titans, who happen to be the next Loyola opponent. Now the face-off and the draw controlled by the Trevians. They shovel it over here to the near side. And now picked up by Parker. He flips it into the zone. Millard goes to the corner. I saw that. Bars of soap on a rope being passed around. Oh my, we're going to have some problems with debris on the ice. Chula out and cleared out to center ice, and now deep inside the zone. A little something or other. And they will move it outside. Man in the crease, it must have been Trevian player in the, or the Loyola player in the Trevian goalie crease. Flipped back into the zone. Oldenburg on the far side, standing breakout, broken up. Trevians with the shot, the save. Taken by Parker Millard. Parker Millard, and he and Brown. And meanwhile, they're still kicking and punching over there along the boards. Picked up by the Trevians. Oldenburg. Trevians in the process of making a line change. Cleared back out to center ice. A slow, sloppy one, which is kind of the way this game has been played. Michael puts it to the far side, intended for Brown. Now the Trevians take it back the other way. Down goes Patience. We got a penalty coming up on Loyola for tripping, I believe. Or interference. Now some more pushing and shoving on the end there. And the penalty for tripping. We're upending Andrew Patience along the boards. Stuck the stick out. Kevin Oldenburg, a minor for tripping. And the face-off will come inside the Loyola end. And the Trevian contingent start their cheering. I don't mind cheering. It's what they cheer, and obviously what they're planning on throwing on the ice here. Notice the soap on a rope come flying around. And I think sanctions against against New Trier in some form. Certainly a fine to the organization for not having their yellow jackets or having anybody controlling their crowd, not except improper behavior by students. The pass under lead and through Cecil back to the behind the goal line. Taken by the Trevians. There's a little backhand shot save off the side of the net. And the whistle. As Dodge Daverman knocked down by Connor Long. And we'll set it back up. Bobby Scala will center for the Trevians. The draw controlled by New Trier, back out to the point. Here's the big blaster by Parker, and it's high and wide. And it was grabbed by Hines, and thereby the face-off again. Right off the face-off again. Clamped to the ice by Hines. One the score. We're in the second period, early in the second period. Out to the point. Parker puts it to the far side. There's the shot that goes over everything over here to the near side. A nice box by the Ramblers. Cleared and skated out. Skoglund ragging it a little bit, and then flips it deep into the zone, picked up by Jeff Parker. Parker has it, brings it over here on the near side, and Jeff Parker sets it up. Parker feeds it ahead. They pass, give and go, intended for Scala, and just a bit overled. In the corner. You know, that's just a case of receiving the pass, being in position to do that. Getting late in the year. Some of these tactical errors that these teams are making, considering they're top teams in the state, they shouldn't be making them. Cecil with the shot, the save, the rebound. Goes to the corner and taken by Matt O'Connor. O'Connor will try an end rush. Matt O'Connor into the zone. Matt O'Connor tries to take the shot, nowhere to go with it. Now it pops free again. Near side. And Dodge Daverman gave a little extra push to Chula and got hit in response to that by, I believe that was Charlie Miller. Around to the near side. Eddie Park. No, that was Matt O'Connor that did that. Gave the response. Now Dudek puts down Park, and penalty coming up. I think it's going both ways. Park and Kevin Oldenburg got in a little extra push and shove in there. So we'll call coincidental minors. Holding and roughing. Holding on Dudek, roughing on Park. Coincidental minors. Obviously, I didn't see what that was. Could just tell by the way things were going. Dudek, a minor for holding, and Park, a minor for roughing. And each team has a man in the box. Oh, shot just high and wide by Wilson. Out to the point. Here's Patience with the shot. The save, the rebound swept out of there by Long. On the near side, Ramblers try to break it ahead. They do. Flipped into the zone on the backhand by Merkel. Picked up by Patience. Andy Patience clears it ahead. Now out John Wilson. Wilson brings it into the zone. Drop past it at the point. And it's now squirts to the far side. Patience with the blaster, and that ran into the sticky wickets out front. Cleared out ahead. Matt Merkel got it forward. Walter Jacobson, he's taken out of the play by Ho. And taken by Matt Brash. Matt Brash behind the goal line. Matt Brash through the legs of Daverman out to center ice. Off the boards. They'll play a little game along the blue lines. Now Patience drops it into the zone. In the corner. Nice little sweep move. Now Bobby Scala puts it back. Mike Scala. And they are still pushing and holding on to each other. He's watching it. There's a shot to save by Bobby Scala on the shot. Here's Skoglund. He takes one, the save by Heitman. Heitman gets the rebound back and clamps it down to the ice with Frank Harrison standing over him. 7:31 to play here in the second period. And a face-off coming down right down here in front of us on the near side, right in front of the Loyola student contingent. Down there in the corner. Have them standing in the aisles all the way around the place tonight. Better than 1,000 on hand. Jeff Parker. Parker ahead to Kevin Morgan. Kevin Morgan into the zone. Kevin Morgan takes the shot high. Hines let it go by. in the corner, out to the point. Oh, heavy check up high by Johnny Brown. Cleared out to the blue line, out to center ice. Chris Michael, and had his pocket picked by Scala, put it back to the defense, and now the Trevians set it up. Cleared ahead on a high pass, bouncing pass. Now picked up by Jeff Parker. Parker brings it into the zone, takes the blast, grabbed by Hines and held on. And once again, we'll have a face-off. As we said, a lot of end-to-end, not a lot of setup in the zone. A lot of sloppy play, actually. A wish, a hope, and a prayer. Go stand in the slot, a wish, a hope, and a prayer. I mean, if you're going to go to the slot, move around a little bit, set up plays, go flowing around. A lot of just collapsing in there. Quick shot by Deverman to the back door, and Keelan couldn't get it away either. Now taken by Dodge Daverman. Daverman at the high slot, takes the shot, ran into traffic, and in the corner. Tried to find the point, and instead the Ramblers bring it out. Miller got it knocked off his stick to the corner. Patience. Chula there with him. So's Dodge Daverman. Centered, and poked free. Here come the Trevians trying to get it out of the zone. Keelan does, back passes it to Watts, and for Daverman, nice little sweep move, and he couldn't pull the trigger. Got bumped by Dudek at the last moment. Over on that far side. Out again to the side, picked up by O'Connor, and O'Connor will try and skate it out of the zone. And just flipped out to center ice. Picked up by Patience. Andy Patience. And he had his pocket picked by Matt O'Connor. And then Patience takes it back. Here's Bobby Scala. Scala tries for a little burst of speed, gets around the man, backhand shot, save! From the right wing. And while we have a break in the action, let's take a break. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Seen about half this game, you can understand what I'm talking about the teams this year in state. These two teams are bona fide state contenders, along with Mount Carmel, but the parity in state is definitely here, and just about anybody, I think, can have a shot at winning state this year with the type of talent that we have. Park puts it back to the point. Cecil with the shot, ran into traffic. Now Park again over on that far side. Brought to the near side, and here come the Ramblers at. Chris Michael tried to dipsy doodle around the man. Now Scala, Bobby Scala. And they meet each other at the blue line. Park got it into the zone and right back out by the Ramblers. Cecil puts it right back in. Chris Michael blasts it around out to the point and out beyond the blue line. Johnny Brown flips it into the Trevians end. Heitman directs it to the corner, taken by Patience, and a whistle. And on the near side boards, a little altercation. And again, we'll have some people going to the penalty box. John Wilson, it appears, for New Trier. And is that it? Yep. Wilson, a minor for roughing, put a little punch in there in the corner along the near side boards, right in front of the Loyola contingent. 4:27 to play here in the second period, still tied at 1. Now the face-off coming up. They drop and they draw. Put out to the point. O'Connor with the shot that went wide. Miller. Patience. Dodge Daverman out to the point, Dudek. And the long shot and the save. Out and cleared by the Trevians. Here's Dodge Daverman. Daverman, backhand shot, save. And in the corner, Daverman wheels around. Got bumped off by Dudek. Chula gave the puck up, and the Ramblers bring it ahead. Cherry pick pass ahead for Miller, and that was broken up by the Trevians. Taken by Parker. Near side, O'Connor. Matt O'Connor. Ridden out of the play by Lutz, not out of the zone. High slot, the big blaster by Miller through traffic. And then cleared all the way down by the Trevians. And again, a whistle back behind the play, and we're going to have some penalties here again. Matt O'Connor. And Charlie Lutz. I think in this particular case, I think what went on here, quite frankly, is that whether or not they counted that triple minor that O'Connor and Scala had as one penalty or three. It should technically count as three. And I have a sneaking suspicion they counted it as one. But I'm going to go back and check. If they counted it as one, then Bobby Scala, in fact, had 6 penalties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 penalties in this game, if they counted it that way. And obviously now, if they counted it that way, O'Connor has 4. If they counted it properly, O'Connor had 4. If they counted improperly, he has only 2. But again, we will see what we shall see. Now back into the zone that's taken by Long. Connor Long. Over on the far side. That's what I'm talking about improper cheers. New Trier fans doing that. The shot grabbed and held on, and then the scrum. First and 10. And Chris Ho yanked out of there by Brian Ernest. And I do mean yanked out of there. And I think we've got a neuter penalty on that. It appears to be for roughing after the whistle. Trevians penalty, a minor for roughing at 3:04, and the Trevians down by 2. Whoops. Minor for roughing. Offside, couldn't line it up properly. And now the draw sits in the legs and the skates, and finally cleared by the Trevians. The New Trier Trevians down by 2 men. Connor Long brings it up the ice. Connor Long spreads it out. Connor Long has it again. Deep in the corner. Out to the point. No opening. Shot. Oh, just a little over the crossbar. Deflected there. And the Trevians get it out to center ice. Chris Michael into the zone. And they rag it along the boards on the near side. Out to the point, Matt Wesley. The shot, the save, as it kind of dribbled to the side. And C.J. Heitman able to grab on. When C.J. Heitman stays home, he is a very tough goaltender. When he has a tendency to float around and get a little fancy out there, that's when he seems to get himself into the most trouble. When he comes sliding out to stop pucks, when he goes back behind the net. He's got the fastest defenseman in the division in front of him. And I think there's just no reason for him to be coming out like that. Joey Chula. It's cost him in 2 games that I know of. A long shot, the save. May have hit a couple of sticky wickets out front. Charlie Miller drop passes it. Side of the net. Got caught up in the skates. Again out high. They're still rotating it around a little bit. Back out to the point. Now the shot from the right wing. Grabbed and held on by C.J. Heitman. We've had 2 periods now that have been very lengthy. Now the face-off, back out high, back out to Michael. A give and go. There's a shot from the right wing, broken up by the Trevian defense, and they clear it to center ice. Near side, here's Dudek, put it into the zone. Back behind the goal line there, Jeff Parker. Parker got bumped off, picked up by Skoglund. Skoglund. A Chula with the shot into traffic and swept out of there. 1 minute to play in the period. Still tied at 1. Kevin Morgan to the far side. Now Chula. Skoglund. The shot and a goal! Dan Skoglund over the shoulder. At 45 seconds left in the period. And it's 2-1. Put over the shoulder. Heitman should have had it. Miller and Chula with the assist on the Skoglund goal. That gives the Ramblers the 2-1 lead. Flipped down into the zone. On the near side. Keelan couldn't get the shot away. Connor Long stops. Didn't matter. No goal. Offside. No goal. Offside. Offside at the blue line. I don't know who that winger was, but boy, he was way offside. That was obvious. I don't know why everybody was cheering. Just the fact that it went in, I suppose. But it was obviously no goal offside against Loyola. And all the screaming and yelling you can do is not going to change the fact that it was obviously no goal. Offside against the Loyola Ramblers. Flip down into the zone. Heitman, far side. Patience. cleared ahead. Skoglund. And he put it in, and we lose a puck out of the rink. And we'll have another face-off to finish off the period. The draw. Patience. Rags it over to the near side. Flipped out to center ice. Man on the far side. The long shot way wide. As the horn sounds at the end of the second period of play, Loyola Ramblers Gold Team 2 and the New Trevians Green Team 1. We'll be back with more hockey action, the third period, in just a moment, here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Sports Network, welcome back. All set for the third period of tonight's action. Ramblers on top, 2-1 as we start the play for the third period. The draw is controlled by Loyola. Put on that far side. Flipped into the zone deep. Parker, he got bumped by Skoglund. Tried to kick it to the corner. Skoglund has it. Now Patience takes it away. Andy Patience brings it to the near side and cleared out to center ice. And no icing. And turned out to be a long shot on goal. Picked up by Matt O'Connor. O'Connor gave it up to Chula. Back to O'Connor. And he lost it to Parker Millard. Now Patience right into the slot. And Millard was not ready for that. Now there's another shot. That goes through everything. Or was that Daverman? Maybe that was Dodge. That was Dodge Daverman. Now Daverman with it. Centered it. Nobody there for the Trevians. Skoglund. Matt O'Connor. And the pocket pick. Back the other way come the Loyola Ramblers. Chula puts it out to the point. Held in by Matt O'Connor. O'Connor sets it up. The big blaster. The save. The rebound. Grabbed and held on by Heitman. And now a little pushing and shoving. Little extracurricular on the end of that. And is it any surprise to find Charlie Miller in the middle of that? Not to me, it isn't. Now the face-off over on that far side. We're in the third period of tonight's action. Deep to the corner. Keelan. Underled on the pass out to center ice. Ramblers ragging along a little bit. Connor Long gets across the red line, flips it into the zone. The old dump and chase going on out there. Wrapped around to the point and cleared out to center ice. Now it's Wesley. Tried to backhand it out of the zone. Had his pocket picked by Daverman. The shot, the save, and the net dislodged. And a stoppage of play. Dodge Daverman got in tight. A lot of bodies in the way, though, and the save made. "15 seconds left on the Trevian minor. A penalty at the end of the period. Now flipped down into the zone. Cleared back out. Connor Long to the far side. And taken by Peter Cecil. That was a penalty on Scala. And that was his 5th. And he is gone for the day with a game misconduct. Here's Peter Cecil. The shot. And I think Hines got a little piece of that. Apparently not. They're saying it was off the New Trier player, and the face-off will move outside the blue line off the shot. Kept on rising and rising and rising. Rose right on out of the ring. Patience puts it to the far side. Parker. Keelan. Now they'll scrum it up and offside. Cleared the zone and then brought back in. And J. Edgar Keelan going, who, me? 2-1 the score. A lot of time left to play in this one. Flipped down into the zone. Back behind the goal again. Brought to the near side. Out to the point. Now on that far side. Centered. Right through the slot on a little backhander. Harrison and then cleared. And that is icing against the Loyola Ramblers. Icing against Loyola. A big crowd on hand. Partisan for each school in equal numbers over on that far side. Into the slot, the backhand shot, a goal! And we're tied. And we're going to have a little bit of a delay here. The New Turf fans have thrown their soap on a rope. And we're going to have a little bit of delay while they clean that up. We'll be back in just a moment here on the network. It ties it up and the cleaning up of the debris. Tain't funny, McGee. Tain't funny to throw stuff on the ice at any time. I mean, you know, these are your classmates. And you're going to go throw stuff on the ice. And one of your classmates going to slip and fall on something that you've thrown on the ice. Brilliant move, guys. Really brilliant. I don't know. There's some things that I wonder what they're thinking. The debris thrown on the ice delayed the start of the period, and now the Trevians with the puck. In the zone comes Morgan. He gets bumped off by Oldenburg. The two of them kind of tie each other up deep in the corner. Wilson, now Dodge Daverman, knocked it away. Now Miller back passes it to the near side. O'Connor, big blaster, that ran into a leg out front. And now cleared ahead over to the far side. Wilson, offside. Dodge Daverman himself was offside. He picked up his skates were inside the zone, and he picked up the puck outside the zone and swept it in. So that's the reason for the whistle on the offside. Offside against the Trevians. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network. Glad to have you down the network line here watching our game tonight. And that's icing against Loyola. They face off. Dribbles out to center ice. Skoglund controls. Dan Skoglund into the zone. Tried to take the shot. Now he got it away and the save. And the net dislodged and the whistle blows. Boy, there's been no real sustained action in this game at all. It's been a tight played game. Very tight. Now they face off, out to the point. They shot, ran into traffic, near side. Out and cleared off a skate, near side. Wesley, now Park, Skoglund. Skoglund cleared it over to the far side. The pass over led. Out again to the point. The big blaster. That ran into traffic. And now the Trevians bring it back. Keelan into the zone. Keelan spreads it out, centers it. Little backhander, and that goes wide by Lutz. Charlie Lutz and Matt Wesley go to the corner with Skoglund in for good measure. One of the Trevians joined in, Park. And now they'll push it along to the far corner. Peyton Chain couldn't control it. Cleared out to center ice. Ho to Patience in his own end. Keelan. Chula. And cleared out to center ice. Patience tried to backhand it ahead. Did so to Daverman. Dropped past it to Millard. Right in front. Shot. Save. Rebound. Pops free. Another attempt. Grabbed and held on. And now a push on the end of that by Long, as Daverman tried to shovel it in from a shallow angle. 8:19 left to play here in the second period, and the New Trier Trevians leading it. And New Trier Trevians and the Loyola Ramblers tied at 2. Hello. Hello. Yes. High school hockey here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. We'll be here all season long. And there's only, after tonight, 3 more games left to the first round, and then they will seed out the top 6 and the bottom 6. The top 6 and the bottom 7, I guess it is, will seed out and play each other. So, in other words, New Trier and Loyola, these two teams will not see their counterparts, the blue and maroon teams, again this year, except possibly in state. Highland Park. There's really a big battle for who's going to be in that middle bracket. There's about 6 teams there battling it out, 5, 6 teams for the middle bracket, and they are all basically tied. Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South. And the puck comes back in on Hines in the save here. Glenbrook North, Glenbrook South, Lake Forest, Stevenson, Deerfield, Barrington. They're all there with an opportunity to make or break themselves. They're the keepers of their own destiny. And the other teams going to be probably in the bottom bracket. Loyola Maroon, New Trier Blue, Evanston, Niles North, and Highland Park. On the near side. Now popped free. Picked up by Scala. Scala shot, save, rebound, goes to the corner. Picked up by Millard. Parker Millard tried to sweep around the man, couldn't do so. Now they'll play a little game loosey-goosey to the side. Wrap around into the slot, kicked out of there by Dudek, who didn't know that he did it. Dudek done did it and didn't know that he did it. Over on the far side. Tried to get out of the zone. Walter Jacobson tried to get it out of the zone. Now picked up by Frank Harrison out to the point. Patience. Dudek. Near side. Harrison. He got bumped. Parker. And flipped in by the Trevians. Dudek shot it ahead and overled it. And a whistle for the icing. And meanwhile, little extra something or other for the fans right in front of the New Trier side. We are tied with 6:36 to play here in the period at Winnetka. Next week here on the network, it is hockey and it's 2 basketball games next week. The New Trier Trevians against Niles West and Lake Forest. That's next week. At the blue line, we play a little game of catch between the blue lines there now. The Trevians bring it into the zone. Heavy check. Here's Keelan in. Shot a goal! J. Edgar Keelan puts the Trevians on top for the first time tonight. And the Trevians lead it 3-2. And the Trevians lead it 3-2. John Rizlowski has done a great job of containing this one. On the near side, now flipped ahead. Here's O'Connor. He gets it into the zone. Heitman left it there. Cecil. Lutz. Now Miller. Into the traffic. Oh, don't do that. Lutz nearly got a delay of game there. Gathering it into himself and then realized and let it go. We got a penalty for interference coming up on one of the Trevians in the desperation of what was going on in that slot. A minor for interference. On Park, Eddie Park.
Future penalty number 60, Park, a minor for interference at 5:45.
5:45 left to play here in the third period. The New Trier Trevians have roared back. They were down 1-0, tied it at 1. We're down 2-1, tied it at 2, and now have taken the lead on the goal by J. Edgar Keelan. Dudek. And on the near side boards. A back door, oh, just a little wide. Chula was open on the back door and shot it wide. And we lose a puck into the rather large crowd. They are standing, as you can see, back behind that glass all the way around, and they're standing in the lobby, and they're standing along the glass on the near side here, down in front, that little walkway. This place is supposed to hold only about 600, and there are more than 1,000 here tonight. Daverman, dodged Daverman, dropped past it to the wing, tried to find Patience back in there, and Dudek knocked it away. Trevians now picked up by Patience, shot, and just a little wide. He made the mistake of flipping the puck over and taking his time to take that little flip shot. Chula. A shot off the side of the net, put to the corner. Out top. The big blaster, the save by Heitman on the blaster from the point. On the near side. Dribbles out to center ice and then back into the Ramblers' end. Taken there by O'Connor. Matt O'Connor. Now here's Long at the point. The shot, the save, deflected, and Heitman able to hold on, and then Lutz and Skoglund. Little discussion, but Heitman has the puck. The junior C.J. Heitman able to make the save. There you go. You can see some of the crowd. See some of the old New Trier parents, some of the old New Trier players are here tonight. This is Usually not just a hockey game, but an event between these two teams. Long with the shot. That's wide. I think the Loyola fans want a little interference there in the slot. Picked up by New-Trier. Cleared. And they'll take the icing. New-Trier Trevians take the icing to make a line change. No, that's not the reason they took the icing. Or is it? They're just going to take their time doing it. That's what it is. I knew they were going to take a line change. They weren't going to do that without making a line change. So the change made. Johnny Brown will face off with Dodge Daverman. Daverman won the draw, but it went to the corner where Connor Long dumped it in deep. Same spot he got the first goal of the game from. Picked up by Brown. That ran off his skate, near side. And cleared out to center ice. Here's Dodge Daverman with the end-to-end rush. Daverman tried to center it, ran into a skate. Matt Brash there knocked off the stick of Daverman by Long and cleared to center ice. Now Johnny Brown flips it into the zone. And they battle along in the corner. Puck squirts over to the far side where Ho has it. Chris Ho out to the point. Tried to kick it to keep it in the zone and didn't do so at center ice. Now Oldenburg puts it in the zone. And the Trevians clear it out to center ice. A little game of loosey-goosey. Oldenburg. And the hand pass right at center ice. Hand pass. Whistles it down. And the Trevians going to complete a line change here. Brian Ernest to do the honors as the linesman. And the faceoff won by the Ramblers. Dudek flipped it into the zone. Now back out and Matt Wesley. Wesley tries to find the man ahead, and they washed off the icing, said somebody could have touched it or maybe did touch it. Lutz got it into the zone. Dudek has it on the far side. Dudek tried to get it into the Trevians end, strong-armed it in, but the Trevians control. And they cleared it right back out to center ice. Dribbles on back, and that will not be icing and went through the goal crease. Matt Wesley to the far side. Up ahead for Matt O'Connor. O'Connor into the zone. Now picked away by the Trevians. We still have far too many people standing around, puck chasing and watching the play instead of actively moving. That's why I think the coaches, you hear so many coaches yelling, pick up the man. What they're saying is that you're standing there and you're not doing very much. There's a lot of that going on in high school hockey these days. Over on that far side, Peyton Chain tried to center it, did so, shot saved. May have been stopped at the defense. It was very close. And all the way down again, and again, there will not be icing. Down to about a minute left to play in the game. Put over on the far side. Now back over here to the near side. Watch for the Ramblers to pull their goalie for the extra attacker if they can get him out. Put over to the far side. Now flip back down into the zone. Hines gave it up to Skoglund. Skoglund to the far side and ran into a skate. Near side, Dudek puts it in and off for the extra attacker. Out to the point. Parker Millard couldn't get it out of the zone. Now picked up. Park clears it. Dudek. The long shot never got there. Blocked at the defense. Dodge Daverman shot it wide on the open net. Over to the far side. Peyton Chain. Peyton Chain. And now Chris Michael And back behind the play, a scrum between Millard and Chain with just a couple of ticks of the clock left. Gee, what punch? I didn't do anything. Coincidental minors for roughing would be my guess, or holding. As we wind this thing down. Millard and Chain, coincidental minors for roughing. And the face-off. Again, I said it earlier in the game, I will repeat it, that my hats are off to the Loyola fans in this game. They really did a super job of controlling themselves. And on the other side, a thumb of the nose to the New Trier fans. They were not sportsmen, did not have sportsmanship on their minds tonight. And it was a rather nasty display. That's it. Final score of the New Trier Trevians 3 and the Loyola Ramblers 2. This is Mark Braun. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast, and we'll see you next week. And as always, we say, so long, guys.